Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be answering some of your guys' questions that you have about Chico State. I have been getting quite a few of direct messages on my Instagram. You guys kind of asking me for my insight on Chico State, and you all have different questions, so I thought it would be much easier for me to answer those questions in depth on this video. So I went ahead and put a question sticker on my story, and you guys asked me some questions, so today we are going to be answering them. Now, a little background info on me, if you guys aren't aware. I am currently a third-year student at Chico State. I only have one semester left. I'm graduating a semester early, and I am majoring in liberal studies with a minor in special education. My freshman year, I lived in the dorms, and I actually started my YouTube channel by filming a dorm room tour video, which is right here. I'm sure if you are interested in Chico State, you have probably watched that video, and that video is kind of where my channel blossomed. The reason for me making Chico State videos was because when I was an incoming freshman, I was searching all over the internet for Chico State videos. I wanted to see what the dorms looked like. I wanted to see how the college life was because I had no idea how it was going to be, and I couldn't find anything. There was no in-depth YouTube videos giving advice to incoming freshmen, and so I decided to play the role of being that person for you guys. Because I know when I was an incoming freshman, I had many options to choose from, and it was so hard for me to come to a decision. I had so many questions and didn't get much answers, so I hope that this video answers a majority of your questions. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first question is transportation. I heard parking is tough at Chico. Can you talk about it? From what I have heard, parking is very tough at Chico State. I have friends who live pretty far away from campus and have to drive to campus, and let's say they have a class at 10 in the morning, they have to get to campus at 7 a.m. just to find parking. There are a few parking lots, and there are parking passes that you can get in the beginning of the semester, but it is hard to get them because so many people want them. If you live far away from campus and you have to get a parking pass or drive in order to get to school, it's pretty rough. That's why I live so close to campus. I live so close that I don't have to drive there. I can just walk or take my bike. Obviously, if you do not have a car and you still live pretty far away, there are still public buses that you can take. And I see so many students taking advantage of them, and so that's another way of transportation. So pretty much those are your options. Get lucky and get a parking pass on campus, live super close to campus where you don't even need your car, or take the public transportation bus. Next question. Would you recommend getting an apartment your first year of college? Nope. I think I covered this in another video, but I will emphasize it again in this video. Do not get an apartment your first year of college, especially if this is your first time leaving the nest and flying away from your parents. When you transition from your home life to an apartment, you have to learn how to provide for yourself, meaning you have to balance all of your responsibilities, such as doing laundry, making sure the house is cleaned, buying groceries, doing schoolwork. Maybe you'll have a job because you have to pay rent. All of these come into play when you get an apartment, and I really don't recommend it your first year because it is way too much stress. Not to mention that when you are in an apartment, it is your responsibility to get to school. When you are living in the dorm is right next to campus. It is literally on campus, and all you have to do is walk 20 steps and you're in class. And on top of that, there is a dining hall. Now, I don't know if the whole dining process is the same when I was a freshman, because this was like 2 years ago, but when I would go to the dining hall, I had my ID card, and all you would have to do is swipe, and you go in and you have unlimited amount of food. You can eat as much as you want. You don't have to worry about preparing it, cooking it, buying the food like you have to in your apartment. Obviously, this is dangerous because of the freshman 15, but it is good to have food there and only focus on your studies and your homework instead of tackling all of these life situations of an apartment which you can avoid by choosing to live in a dorm your freshman year. I do not regret living in a dorm my freshman year at all. I enjoyed every minute of it, not having much responsibilities, only worried about school and meeting new people. Question number 3. What are the housing options around Chico State? So around Chico State, your housing options are live in a dorm. So the dorms that are on campus are Lassen Hall, Shasta Hall, Sutter Hall, and Whitney Hall. Now, my favorite dorms were Shasta and Lassen because they were sister dorms. They looked identical to each other. They were just on opposite sides of the yard. The reason I liked them so much was because the dorm halls were so small, meaning that there's not a lot of foot traffic around the halls. There's not a lot of people using the restroom or showers all at one time, whereas in Whitney and Sutter, those are kind of like the larger size dorms, which have a lot of people on one floor, meaning a lot of people in the bathrooms, in the showers, foot traffic, a lot of noises going on. So I just wanted to add that I completely forgot to mention 3 different dorm halls for some reason. I am editing this video right now and I can't believe I missed this. So the other 2 dorm halls that are on campus are Machupta and Eskin Hall, and those are a little bit farther away compared to the other dorms, but they're still relatively close to campus. And then the other dorm hall that is kind of further away but still kind of close to campus is Concow Hall. So yeah, I'm so sorry I spaced and forgot to mention those. I'm glad I could put it in now. There are some dorms outside of campus, and that is University Village, which is like an apartment style type dorm. Now with University Village, you have to deal with a lot more roommates. You have like 3 extra roommates than living in a dorm having only 1. And you are about a mile and a half from campus. Obviously, living in University Village has its perks, but it also comes with a lot of responsibility. That is making sure you handle any drama with your roommates. Make sure you get up in the morning to get to class because you're a mile and a half away. And then another housing option your freshman year is just to find an apartment that is not through the school. The next question is, cover the topic of diversity. What is it like? This is kind of a touchy topic, but I do want to give you guys my true and honest answer. So I will start by saying that I come from a very diverse background. I come from Stockton, California. My whole life, everything was so diverse. And so when I came to college at Chico State, it was pretty shocking for me because never in my life have I only been the only Mexican in the room, or never in my life have I ever been the only brown person in the room. At Chico State, they try really hard to make their campus as diverse as possible. And I'm not saying that there's no Mexicans, there's no Asians, but the city of Chico itself is primarily white. And the reason I am so aware of me being the only Mexican person in the room, or me being the only brown person in the room when I'm walking downtown or something, is because I have never been put in a situation like that. I have only experienced diversity in my hometown, and that's what I'm used to. So this was definitely a change for me. When you are making friends in college, you mainly make friends based on your same shared cultural experiences. I felt like I didn't have a connection with most people because of our differences in culture. I kind of dealt with this my whole freshman year of trying to make friends but not relating to anyone. But finally, I found my group of friends, and I promise you will find your group of friends and your group of people. But it just takes time, and it is a transition. I'm gonna go out and say it that Chico State could be way more diverse than it is right now, and I honestly wish it was more diverse. But the cool thing is that Chico State does offer programs and services for students of different cultures to kind of come together and hang out and be friends. And that is called the Cross-Cultural Leadership Center. I have been there a few times. they host a bunch of events, especially if it's Black History Month or it's Cinco de Mayo. They'll try to incorporate all of the different cultures into their events and stuff like that, and it kind of makes us feel included. If you do plan on coming to Chico State and you kind of struggle with the, lack of diversity there is in the town, I would definitely take advantage of the Cross-Cultural Leadership Center. They are amazing and they do so much for the students. So I kind of hope that my ranting on diversity kind of helped you guys visualize Chico State and whether it's the right place for you or not. My goal is just to give you guys insight on Chico State and kind of provide you guys with information. So thank you for watching and thank you for asking me questions on Instagram. I really appreciate it when you guys message me on Instagram and you come to me for Chico State advice. I love to answer all of your questions, and like I said, I want to be that person who can give you guys information about Chico State that the school doesn't really talk about. I will put all of my Chico State videos in the description box down below, so you can just go on there, click whichever video interests you, whichever video you need information on, and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!